You know, you ever look back at yourself and think, what are you doing?
Yeah, I look back at myself like yesterday and I'm like, what are we doing? What am I? Who? We?
What?
I guess.
What? When? Where?
What? Hi.
Hi. Oh.
Oh my god, that hurt.
Sorry.
The Jane Does.
It's a me.
That was called
Mario.
Fear, because I didn't know we were recording. Are we recording?
We are hella recording.
Hey.
I'm Sierra.
And I'm Pearl.
And we
incidentally.
are
And we are
the Jane
Does.
Does.
We did it.
We are back
We're back.
after a hiatus that was completely
Not intentional.
Yeah.
At all whatsoever.
We just had life gets in the
Vacations happened.
life comes at you fast,
Accidentally deleted corrupted files happened.
which is what happened
You know?
to this episode.
This is our second go at this.
So this is episode 5. It's called Your Roots Are Showing.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna move past the fact that basically what happened was the file got deleted somehow because I'm such a professional producer and I completely know what I'm doing.
I just nodded my head and said, yeah, okay, we'll
Yeah,
record.
Just fine.
Keep calm.
This is also fun fact, the second episode that we've had to re-record.
What was the first one?
I don't know.
The third episode.
3? Yeah.
Urban Legends.
Because I am a professional producer and I know what I'm doing.
You guys just keep calm and carry on in situations like this. So Sierra has introduced me to, on this day.
Yeah, I don't know how you didn't know about Facebook memories, by the way.
Well, no, I knew about the ones that popped up automatically, but I didn't
Okay.
know you could actually go and search through your memories.
Yeah, you can look at
So-
everything.
We've been reliving our worst moments in life. Do you want to read some of yours?
I don't know if I'm ready. Yeah. Okay.
How old are you?
It was on this day 5 years ago. So I was 15. Which I feel like is too old for these shenanigans. I'm going to show you one post that is still bad, but it's not as bad. Okay, so a little history on this. When I was 15, I was obsessed with the YouTubers Dan and Phil.
No, you were one of those?
I was one of those.
Sierra. Oh, no.
So I would go so far as to use phrases like jumper or like fringe.
No.
Yeah.
Sierra.
I would also, and I still do this completely out of habit, the word gray. You know how it's spelled differently in America and England?
Honestly, that word gives me anxiety because I never know how to spell it.
Here's how you do it. Grey. E for England. That's how they spell it.
An A for America.
An A for America. That's how I remember it now.
And
Don't know why they're spelled differently. Like,
someone better call Christian Grey.
Ooh.
He's been spelling it wrong.
has he though?
Yeah, he's supposed to with an E.
British mistake. So yeah, I was obsessed with Dan and Phil, the YouTubers. Here's the first post on the same day, like hours at a time.
Yes.
Randomly decided to fringe my hair today.
No.
Was it worth putting on a full face of makeup for just one picture? Yes.
Do you have a picture?
I do have a picture.
Oh.
Yeah? That is not a good haircut.
So, let me tell you what I'm looking at. I'm looking at scene bangs.
Straight up scene bangs.
Choppy, layered bangs. A pursed lip with a raised brow.
With the cheapest lipstick you've ever
Okay.
seen.
You look good in that pic, though.
Thank you.
Like, shout out to you at 15.
Oh my god.
Serving looks completely different from who you are now.
I just want to show you, you can see in this picture how far back the bangs go. I'm going to zoom in here. Those wrap around. That is not a good haircut. And I remember this specifically.
That's the scene look, though. Isn't it? It's choppy
It's
all around the head?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't like wrap all around, but it definitely, the bangs go way too far back for bangs.
See, I never went there. I never had the scene phase.
Yeah, I had like a mini scene phase. I didn't listen to any of the music. But
Fake.
yeah, I was a fake scene person. But basically what happened after that is I went to my hairdresser, sat down in the chair, she looked at me and she went, "What happened?" And I went, "I don't know. I didn't cut my hair."
She pulls up your Facebook memories. So on
Okay,
this day... Okay, sweaty. Listen.
So that was that.
Do you have more? Please tell me you have more.
An hour later.
An hour.
I've made a post. Oh, God. And I captioned it. I then took this chance to become Dan Howell.
Oh, no.
And this is the picture.
Sierra.
Oh, my God. I'm shaking. This is really bad.
So her hair is tied up. Just explain this for our viewers. Her hair is tied up. She has the full seam bangs out and about. They're on the town. She's doing like the sucking your lips in look.
Like I'm so awkward.
I'm bashful.
I'm
and then
shy.
she has like a little like cat whiskers.
Yeah, because that was their thing, was cat whiskers. I don't know if it's still their thing.
Was like with like the nose, the cat nose is a heart. Is it a heart?
I think it's just incidentally because the way my nose is shaped.
Oh, Sierra.
I feel like that's straight up Sharpie. Why would I do that to my face?
What is going on with you?
I also have a very lovely panda sweater on, which I kind of wish I still had.
From Limited 2?
I wish. I never shopped there. I was too poor.
Oh, I did. Sparkly teal neon shirts galore.
This is bad. Can I tell you something?
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're here for.
This very year, I took the chance. I was Dan Howell for Halloween, and
I just gave her the most blank facial expression.
That was amazing.
What do you mean?
I was Dan Howell for Halloween, and my friend was Phil Lester.
Let me see. Do you have a picture?
Do I have a picture? I will on Halloween, because it shows up on my memories every year.
Well, that'll be good for the Halloween post.
Oh, yeah. Let's post that on Halloween.
I will. You know I will. Don't tempt me.
I can't find it right now, but it's definitely out there in public. We tweeted them, and we're like, oh my god, do you think they're going to tweet us back? And they never did. Well, so I was so ashamed, and I just deleted the tweet. 15-year-old me. Yeah. I feel like 15-year-old anyone should not have had access to the internet, but at the same time, it's so golden.
You shouldn't be allowed to exist when you're 15.
I love seeing how much I've, changed and developed. It's crazy.
I want to delete my entire past.
Okay, give me your post.
So, the first one, September 16th, 2009, states, school. That's it.
Hate it.
September 16th, 2009, 9 years ago, bored. Dance was hecka fun. Hecka fun, because hella is not a good word to use on Facebook.
Can't use it. Zuckerberg will shut you down.
8 years ago, September 16th, eating In-N-Out, Vampire Diaries, tonight.
You're just mapping out your plan through the years.
I'm letting any stalker that ever had potential to know what I'm doing at every moment of my life. And these are several posts, so I was at 5:16 p.m. the same day. Ooh, I'm getting emotional.
Oh my god.
Nothing. Literally, I wrote nothing.
That is
nothing.
Deep. That is fire.
Just the word, no likes, no comments,
nothing.
What am I doing?
You're living your best life, honestly.
This is 2011. Excited for the weekend.
Yeah?
7 years ago. Now this next post is a call-out post to my mother.
Oh my god, good start.
4 comments and 3 likes on this, because there's drama. Gaga. Mom forgets something, and I'm blamed. Typical.
Typical mom things.
Oh, I meant to write haha, not gaga. But I didn't bother editing it. I just wrote it in the comments. I meant gaga. I mean haha. And then everyone's making fun of me.
That's why
my aunts and my cousins.
That's why you have 4 comments.
My aunt wrote goo goo gaga, haha.
Ooh, you were being roasted by your own family.
Shout out to Lynette. And then my mom writes, haha, you said gaga.
Ooh, wait, your mom was on Facebook when you called her out? I love this. Oh my god.
And then my other cousin said, funny. I was wondering what the heck she was talking about. LOL.
Your whole family is just attacking you. You should have never posted that.
I tried to make a roast, and it just didn't work. You see, that's why... Don't make roasts, guys.
Do not roast your own mother when she has your Facebook.
Because you're going to make a typo, and it's going to be embarrassing for all of us.
And you're going to look back at it. What was it, 7 years later?
Let me check. It was 7 years ago.
Oof. That's rough.
And then the other... this doesn't make much sense, but... Remember Dance Moms?
Yeah.
They had our... for people who don't know... I've been dancing. I was a dancer from 3 years old to 2 years ago. And I was a big fan of Dance Moms, being a dancer. And on one episode, they had my costumes that we used in my show. And I posted on Facebook like, this looks really familiar. Can't put my finger on it, though.
Were you trying to call out Dance Moms?
I was trying to call out Dance Moms. Those were our costumes that we used one year.
That's so freaky. Those are literally toddlers in, like,
So this
leotards.
is only 4 years ago. So Pearl needs to calm down. And then there's, like, a bunch of comments. You guys looked way better.
You're like, yeah, we did.
Because we're all 16 and those are 2-year-olds.
You're like, I hope Dance Mom sees this.
I hope Abby Lee Miller contacts me. Oh my god.
Our queen who got arrested for tax fraud.
I wanted to be on Dance Mom so bad.
Yeah.
But a bitch knew she was never going to be good enough. Like, I knew for a fact. I mean, I was good at turning, but I was never good at anything else.
Yeah.
Literally, I could act. And that's why I'm an actor now instead of a dancer.
There you go. So this is
So episode 5,
yes.
Your Roots Are Showing. We're going to be talking about us a little bit.
Yeah, our not us necessarily, but like our heritage.
Yeah, you're going to get to know our backgrounds.
I am a quarter Japanese,
and I am half Native American.
So we are what we did for this is we went in and we looked up kind of folklore, mythology from our nationalities,
yes.
You know,
yeah,
from where we came from, and we're gonna talk about them.
Yeah, I will say mine is not from my tribe specifically.
Yeah,
and I said this last time, but I'm gonna say it again because last time was deleted. I don't
Stop mentioning it.
I know, I can't stop. I'm just sad about it. I don't have much connection with my tribe. I really don't know anything about them. I had no clue of my heritage until I was older, for personal reasons I'm not gonna mention. But I'm just saying I'm not as well intact with my culture as Sierra is.
Yeah, because I've basically, you know,
she had the wonderful, I'm jealous opportunity to grow up.
Yeah, I've been I was raised by my Japanese grandma, so I had the culture, you know, I had the food.
Yeah, I really had no clue, and it's not anything of my mom's fault or anyone's fault. It's just the other party's fault.
Yeah,
why I have no clue. But I had no clue. But I'm trying to learn now, which is nice.
I think this was really good for me, at least, because it kind of I went deep for this one, you know? Yeah. I started out with, like, the mythology itself, then I started going deeper, and I started looking at, like, what society is like today in Japan, and, like, what makes people do the things they do, what, like, people believe, because I really had no idea what the climate of, like, modern-day Japan was. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, mine's just fun.
Yeah.
It's not even from my tribe that I'm from.
Yeah.
But I've been wanting to research this specific lore. Mm-hmm. And so I'm glad I got the opportunity to.
Yeah.
So I think last time we decided I was going to go first.
Yeah.
Because Sierra's is a topic that we want to take time to discuss.
To discuss last, because it does get deep.
Yes.
I also, just as, like, a trigger warning, if you're not, like, just so you're prepared for this, I do talk about suicide and, like, death. So you can kind of, that's another reason why we're doing Pearl's story first, just so you could kind of, if you're not ready to hear about that. I don't talk about anything graphically. I just kind of talk about facts, but it's so you can kind of skip through if you don't want to hear like that.
So I'm going to be discussing Skinwalkers from the Navajo tribe. And again...
Oh, 1 second.
Oh, boy.
My mic just died. What? What's going on?
So something does not want us talking about this.
What is going on? Ow! Okay, 1 second. I know. It's like something every time we try to record this, something goes wrong. This is weird. Okay. Let me fix this. We're gonna get back to you after I figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, hey guys. So, we keep trying to record this. I don't know what's going on.
All right,
Low-key.
should I just start from the same sentence I've started at?
Yeah, let me check if everything's right again. It looks good. Everything looks good. That was weird. Okay.
Spooky. Navajo. Okay.
Let's try this. Let's start over.
So today I'm going to be talking about Skinwalkers from the Navajo tribe. So when we first discussed doing this episode, I knew I wanted to immediately cover Skinwalkers. They are a Native American urban legend that have been covered on almost all forms of media, which includes books, movies, TV shows, etc. Although I'm not descended from the tribe the legend was born from, I wanted to research into this myself and learn more about the Skinwalker legend. The legend, as I said, comes mainly from the Navajo. Fuck me. Do
you want to start again?
That's fine. Navajo. I cannot pronounce things, guys. I'm so sorry. Please do not take offense for my stupidity. Tribe's folklore, and they are basically considered the equivalent to today's werewolves. I've discovered that skinwalkers are not well known outside the tribe, mostly due to their hesitancy to share their folklore to outsiders, especially to those they do not trust. And honestly, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
You gotta protect your culture at all costs. But I tried my best to locate the best information I could on the legend, and I apologize if there's anything that I unknowingly say that's misleading or wrong. It's all coming from the internet. I'm not meaning to say anything bad. So skinwalkers are well developed and documented in the tribe's culture. The proper term for those that possess a skinwalker ability is, I'm going to spell it out for you, ANT apostrophe JIHNII.
Okay.
I cannot pronounce that. I don't want to butcher their beautiful language. So basically, these people are considered witches and are thought of as evil. The act they take to gain the magical abilities of the skinwalker is considered to be a cultural taboo. During the initiation to transform into a Yi Now Delushi, which translates to with it he goes on all fours, which is creepy.
That's so creepy.
They perform a dance/song ceremony that is used to curse instead of the traditionally done healing ceremony. Men and women can both become skinwalkers, but it is mostly said that primarily men are initiated.
Okay.
It is also said that although not every witch is a skinwalker, every skinwalker is a witch.
Ooh, get 'em.
T. So the highest rank of skinwalker is called Kzyakti, which translates to pure evil, is achieved by committing horrible taboos. Killing a blood relative, necrophilia, incest, basically cannibalism, basically any and all evil cultural taboos. When they commit these acts, they are basically destroying their humanity, which allows them to become fully initiated in.
Here's my thing. Why? Why do you want to become a skinwalker?
I mean, it's kind of a cool thing.
Okay, yeah, admittedly.
I mean, wouldn't you want to commit a little taboo?
Like,
be
personally,
able to change into an animal?
Personally, I'm kind of taboo, anti-taboo. Would not want to do that.
Well, we'll see. So when skinwalkers are most commonly seen as black dogs, wolves, coyotes, eagles, bears, owls, crows, and foxes, and they can virtually pick any animal they wish to transform into. Skinwalkers are also said to have the ability to steal faces and absorb themselves into their victims if they maintain eye contact with them for too long.
Okay, now I'm seeing why. Now I'm seeing why you would want to do this. Yes.
I could be Leonardo DiCaprio. You guys.
We could all be Leonardo DiCaprio.
I could be Margot Robbie for a day.
Just a day.
Oh my gosh. That's all. I don't want to disrespect her. It would just be a day.
All respect for Margot. I would only want your body for a day.
I love Margot Robbie. So, which basically means they could be walking beside you, getting to know you, completely invading your life, and violating you without even knowing it's happening.
Ew, that's so creepy.
Isn't that creepy? Yep. It is also believed that if you say skinwalker out loud, oops, it will attract them to you, basically marking yourself for them. So I brought Valak into your house and skinwalkers.
Those are our special guests today. So, Valak, guys, Skinwalker.
They're right here.
We made that joke last time.
We did, and we have to pull it forward to this one.
We really need to bring it's golden.
So I wrote good luck to me because I'm using the word in every other sentence.
Yeah, LMFAO. Good luck to me too. Do you know how directly associated I am with you right now?
Well, this isn't my house. I don't care.
Can't fucking believe you cursed my house to be crawling with several creatures are in here now. My house is ruined. I have Valak. I have the Skinwalkers. The goddamn Grunches. Lovely people, by the way.
Your parents are the Skinwalkers.
My parents, probably.
So, sorry.
Yeah.
Some skinwalkers are said to have the power to read thoughts and possess the ability to mimic any animal or human noise they choose, regardless if they are an animal or human form.
Okay.
And that's creepy itself.
I love that.
I don't want to hear a human sounding like a bird, like a perfect pitch of a bird.
I've heard, what are they called?
Bird callers?
Bird watchers?
Yeah, and it creeps me out.
All bird watchers are skinwalkers.
So
it's official.
Theory. So one tactic that has been discussed in raging popularity on sites like Reddit is the good old cry of an infant, which basically lures people out of their safety zones.
The good old cry of an infant.
The good old cry of an infant.
That is the reliable skinwalker
if you
call.
eat a couple people. You know.
Yeah, if you want to attract people into the woods, just start crying like an infant.
I know personally, I would go running.
The other way?
No, to the baby.
Oh, okay. I would go the other way.
I am such a mom person. I would be at the baby.
I think I'm just a bad person. I would be like, that's a skinwalker. Okay. I'm leaving.
Here's the tea, though. If it was a full-grown human, I would have been like, they can take care of it themselves. They're an adult. Like
they're fine.
They're fine. Just call the police and walk away. It's fine. But if it was like a kid, I'd be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So skinwalkers also apparently cannot enter a home without an invitation, similar to vampire lore. And I maybe the lore itself was pulled from skinwalkers.
Yeah, like it sounds like a lot of like interconnectedness to like a bunch of other lore.
And vampires. So skinwalkers in their human form are described as being very hairy and often wearing animal pelts. Although I believe that description originated back in the very early days.
Mm-hmm.
As in werewolf lore, when turned back into a human, the skinwalker will retain any injuries that were incurred when in animal form. I cannot speak. Which is a good way to spot one amongst normies. At Sierra, winky face.
Ew, why do you keep using normies?
Because it bothers you.
That's true, you're right.
So one of the only known ways to kill a skinwalker is by calling out their full, true human name. Sierra Wilson.
Damn, you got me.
Another lesser known way to kill a skinwalker is to shoot them in the back of the neck with bullets dipped in white ash. So skinwalkers are often reported to use a powder called corpse dust. In parentheses, eel. Which is made of ground infant bones, preferably twins. And more specifically, bones from the fingers and the back of the skull.
So can you get that on Amazon or something?
Yeah, let me look right now.
Yeah.
So Sierra...
I'm
looking at Sierra's search history right now.
Full of corpse dust searches.
It says ground infant bones, preferably twins.
Yeah.
In her search.
Because I don't know how to use Google.
No. The skinwalkers will blow it into the faces of victims or in their chimneys. Victims, after they breathe in the dust, their tongues turn black and swell, and they undergo convulsions and eventually die.
Ew.
So it's like a painful death.
Yeah. So my question is, would the process just be slower if it wasn't like twin baby dust? Or would it just like straight up not work?
You're the
skinwalker. I'm thinking of the logistics of this right now.
Maybe it's more...
It's like the quality, like...
What's the word? It's more... Effective if it's twins versus if it was just like a
so if you want to like
baby.
If you want to get the process done quickly, efficiently, with a higher percentage of fatality rate
to do this, and you want the job done fast, it has to be twins.
Gotta get twin baby dust.
Has to be twins.
So I'm just thinking of this for the future, you know? What if I want to start a business? What if I want to, you know?
My brother was a twin and he ate his other twin in the womb. So I mean, like, it's over for me for that.
He was doing it
to my brother.
He was doing it to protect himself.
He was because he knew I was going to be coming along.
Is this offensive?
Any year.
Is this bad in any way?
I don't know. We can cut this.
We're fine.
We're fine. Yeah.
Anyway, baby dust.
So now, when researching skinwalkers, I knew I wanted to venture into the wild world of Reddit. And read a story from a user on the site.
The Wild West.
Reddit is the motherland of reported skinwalker sightings and quote-unquote true stories of the creatures, and also just other... If y'all are ever looking for anything that has to do with lore and stuff like that, Reddit is the place to go. I've deep dived so hard in Reddit. So here's one that I found particularly chilling that seemed to coincide with some of the research I've done. This story is from Reddit user Fireclaw is Woot. Shout out to the username.
Shout out
Fireclaw
is Woot.
So, quote... I don't have any kind of video chat or anything, nor do I have Skype, but I do want to share this story. My grandmother on my mother's side has always been very superstitious, for lack of a better word. She's not religious, but she does believe in a lot of paranormal stuff. Her mother was full-blooded Navajo, and her father was Irish. Either way, she'd never been anywhere east of Montana, and she grew up in Nevada. One year, when I was in grade school, we went to visit her. Most of the visit was pretty uneventful, typical boring old people stuff. Except she always kept her curtains drawn shut and would always peek out the window, and when someone asked what she was doing, she would simply reply, you know she is watching me.
Typical
Creepy
old people stuff.
Typical grandma stuff. So this went on for nearly the entire visit until a few days before we were due to leave. My grandma and my then baby brother, he's 19 now, LOL, shout out to your baby brother, were in the front yard that evening planting flowers when all of a sudden my grandmother starts shouting, insert little brother's name here, "Get away from the creature, it's not safe." Of course, being in Nevada, we all assumed that my brother had found a scorpion or a rattlesnake, so we all ran outside to see my grandmother, clutching my little brother and shaking in terror against the side of the house. Standing out in the yard was a large black Great Dane-sized dog. It was staring at my grandmother with an intensity I had never seen before. It looked up at us, gave a little huff, and bounded off. I don't remember if it moved unusually fast or not, but I do remember it had really deep yellow eyes. When my mother asked my grandmother what had happened, she kept repeating, the Yanadlushi has found me. She moved a couple weeks after that.
Ew.
And then, is everything good with the sound?
Yeah, sorry. There was, I don't know if it's picking up on the mic right now, but there was like a scraping sound.
From what?
Creepy? I don't know, because neither of us were moving.
Literally, I've been making sure to hold completely still. So
that one was my chair.
Okay, so...
Creepy things are happening on this podcast, guys.
This is the
cursed podcast. It's been so damn hard to record this. Don't know why. Let's get through this.
Yes, let's please do this, because I want to leave. It's valid.
Get out of this. It's because you invited so many goddamn cursed things into my house.
I'm hiding my face. So, this user then goes on to respond to another comment with this, quote, I did, however, forget one bit. Apparently, up until my grandmother moved, she called my mother several times in hysterics saying that, Lucy is outside, or she'd leave messages saying, I'm not safe here, I have to leave, I will talk to you soon. I don't remember that. Mom's like,
great, have a good day, Mom, bye.
I don't remember that. I had to ask my mom about it. My mom doesn't even like to talk about it. I do remember that apparently several of my grandmother's neighbors also saw the same large black dog over the course of several weeks, end quote. So I found the story very interesting. There are a multitude of other stories on the site. Again, like I said, if anyone wants to go check them out. In the end, Skinwalkers are frightening and fascinating lore from the Navajo tribe, and I really enjoyed endeavoring into this research.
Yeah.
Did I get an A+?
A+ on research. I liked it. That's a fun story. That's so goddamn creepy, though.
Yeah. That's why I was, immediately, drawn to it because of the creepy factor.
Just entities that are able to take your soul and
your face
just
by making extended period of time eye contact with someone,
and just by grinding up babies, preferably twins. So that's cool. Hopefully this story goes through, because that was a good story,
Oh boy.
Or hopefully this podcast goes through.
This episode again.
Oh God.
That took a lot out of me.
Okay.
All right, are we ready for Sierra?
I'm ready. Let's just jump into
in.
it. How many episodes have I said that?
Everyone.
Let's just jump into it.
5 episodes.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Sierra. You know this. My
What? What?
So the thing.
What?
That's a shock. Yeah, I know. It sounds like I'm convincing you that I'm Sierra.
Hello. You know what? Things are adding up now. Hi, I am Sierra.
Hello, I am definitely Sierra, and I am not Sierra.
This is why this episode isn't going well, because you actually don't know how to work the equipment.
Yeah, I'm making things up as I go, because I'm actually just someone else completely.
You're still out of town.
So what I'm doing is... I'm just a skinwalker, guys.
We're so good at podcasting.
Okay.
Go.
Can I tell you the truth? I haven't looked at these notes for a week since we recorded the last one, so this is gonna be messy.
We didn't know that was gonna happen.
Okay, I'm doing the yurei, which is Japanese. It's not necessarily as much of a folklore as it is more like an encompassing kind of belief within their religion. Mm-hmm. So yurei, according to Japanese beliefs, or let me go back a little bit. According to Japanese beliefs, everyone has a reikon, which is a soul, basically. Mm-hmm. So when we die, our reikon is sent to purgatory, or a sort of purgatory, where it stays until proper funeral rites, burial rites, everything like that are performed. Once that's done, your reikon can move on and join your ancestors. Your reikon is then a protector of the living members of your family for the rest of eternity. Mm-hmm. Reikon are said to return every year during the Obon festival to receive just compliments and gifts.
Was
and
it Obon festival?
Let me look that up.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you research.
You called me out.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you do your job.
Ouch. Obon festival. If only the real Sierra left notes on that.
I'm finding this way too funny.
So the Obon Festival, or just Bon, is a Japanese Buddhist custom to honor the spirits of one's ancestors. So basically what I said, you know.
Oh my gosh, Sierra did do her research.
Sierra did do her research.
Sierra did do her
So
job.
let's not call out Sierra, my good friend.
I thought you were Sierra.
Yeah? Let's
Yeah.
just move on. Okay. So yeah, the Obon Festival there, which I think it said the 2019 one is about to start. Not about to start. It's gonna start in August 13th.
Next August?
Yeah,
I was
2019.
gonna say, it's September. 2019. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they're said to come back every year. That is basically the essence of what Raycon is. And then moving on to Yurei. If a person dies suddenly or violently, or the proper rites haven't been performed on their bodies, burial rites, funeral rites, or they are influenced by like a strong emotion of sorts, i.e. revenge, love, jealousy, hatred, or sorrow, any kind of strong emotion, if they're
Crap.
if they're afflicted by that before they die.
What if you're scared to die?
Exactly. Any strong emotion, the Raycon will become a Yurei, which is such like a,
I don't want that.
death is such a scary, jarring process. How are you not going to feel any strong?
Murdered?
Yeah.
Or a car accident?
If you're murdered, if you're in a car accident, if you like fall off a cliff suddenly.
What if you're a stillborn? Like that?
Yeah.
Babies.
Anyone.
Dying in the womb. I mean, that's...
Basically, Yurei are anyone who haven't had like a peaceful, expected death. Which must mean there's like a lot, because
majority of Yurei?
I was gonna say death is freaky deaky.
I always want revenge, so this is not good for me.
It's not good for you.
It's not
You're
looking good for
basically
me.
guaranteed Yurei.
Oh.
So yeah, the Raycon becomes a Yurei. The Yurei will then stay in this physical realm until they complete the action last thought of before returning to the cycle of reincarnation.
I'm screwed.
So yeah, basically,
lazy
if
as
you
hell.
die, if you're like dying and you're like, wait, I never like kissed the one I love, or like I never got revenge on Becky.
It's unfortunate for me.
Yeah.
Because I would 100% die with revenge in my heart. And I'm too goddamn lazy to do anything.
Yeah, so you're gonna be a Yurei here for like ever.
I'll be like filing my nails in the corner like, what the fuck? I don't want to do this today.
I really don't feel like getting
PSL's
revenge.
back.
the homeowners of your house are like, hey, you gonna get revenge soon? Or you're like, not today.
Literally, you don't understand how hard it is. I'm tired.
My schedule is stacked. They're like, you have no schedule. Literally, your only thing.
My skin is broken out. I can't leave the house today.
Like,
You don't understand. Like, I physically cannot leave the house. Do you see on my face, my
like,
zits?
oh my god, we can't get her to pay rent
They're
because
like,
she
so-
doesn't even have money from this
They're like,
realm.
So, Pearl, listen, Pearl. We can't do this anymore. Just kill someone already.
So basically, yeah, you would become a Yurei. I'm pretty sure I would as well.
And we're just
because
the
I'm
worst
always like,
procrastinators.
yeah. I would have just like, I would become a Yurei straight up because I needed to buy groceries or something.
See, with me, it would be like some serious ass revenge. And you're like, I forgot to buy groceries.
Stuck here forever because I needed some damn lemons.
Oh my god.
So yeah, basically that's the essence of what a Yurei is. They need to finish their unfinished business or they will be stuck here.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the lower the social ranking of a person, the more powerful their Yurei will be.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Great.
Which is like...
I'm gonna have all the power.
You're gonna have all the power.
I'm the lowest rank of human being you could find.
No,
I'm just
it means like
trash.
like economically, like
Yeah.
lower.
I'm poor. I have no money.
Okay.
Powerful energy.
Yeah, that's basically the essence of what a Yurei is, which is such a sad,
Yeah.
like, belief. And if, if I had that belief system, I would definitely be so afraid to die.
Terrified of dying.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think the essence around that is just the culture of making sure kind of you have a peaceful death when you go. Your family members have a peaceful, complete death.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, it's beautiful in a way.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the appearance. So, Yurei are usually dressed in white. the color that because it's the color of like the burial kimonos, and it's also the color that signifies purity. They often have long, black, and messy hair.
Oh shit!
You're like, am I a Yurei?
I'm looking at myself in the mirror right now, like, what, bitch?
Their hands dangle lifelessly from their wrists.
Oh god,
like
that's me.
elevated. You're just straight up a Yurei.
You could see me right now.
Yeah, her hands are dangling lifelessly from her wrist.
I'm wearing all white.
Uh-oh, next thing. What? I think this is you.
What?
They have no legs, choosing to float instead. Are you a Yurei?
I've, like, been called out so hard right now.
Yeah. She's levitating in front of me. She has just this gaunt, just sickly figure. Yeah, she doesn't even... We don't provide her with a chair at this podcast.
We don't. The office.
Us at the production team, we don't provide her with a chair. She kind of just, you know what? Now that I think about it, you kind of just float around my house.
So, you're a Skinwalker from...
And you're a Yurei.
My nationality, and I'm a Yurei from your nationality.
That's cute. We should have a sitcom.
Aww. Like, being human?
Yeah. That's about it for their appearance. They're often depicted being followed by two flames in quote-unquote eerie colors.
Guys, go away.
Like blue, green, and purple.
Don't look at them. They're hiding.
They're hiding.
Guys, get away.
They're your buddies.
They help me drive.
The nature of their hauntings is the next thing I'm going into.
She's twirling like her headphone.
I am.
Mic thing.
Okay, so the Yureis have a preferred haunting time, which is between 2 and 2:30 a.m. Or the witching hour in Japan.
In America, that's like 3 a.m.
Yeah. In America, we moved our witching hour to 3.
We're like, so this isn't working for us. We're different time zones.
I really do like that they do have business hours.
So we're open from, what time is it?
2 to 2:30.
We're open from 2 to 2:30. It's a 30-hour time span.
30 hour?
30-minute time span.
Yeah. They're not going to go any longer than an hour.
Maybe I could get my shit done then. If it's
30-minute work days, that's amazing.
Like, maybe I could get it done.
But yeah, that's basically when the veil is thinnest between the world of the dead and the living. The Yurei will stay haunting in their world until their worldly task is completed, something that we talked about. Mm-hmm. But some tasks are unfortunately impossible to complete. Yeah. Like, say, if someone had, like, an unrequited love, and possibly the other person is dead already, or, you know. Yeah. Meaning...
Oh, if they're already dead?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Meaning that they will stay in this realm for all of eternity. Which sucks. That's an understatement.
What if you, like, wanted a baby and you never had one?
Yeah, that's another one that would be, like, impossible to complete. So you would have to kind of stay roaming the earth for all of eternity.
Sure you can't have a baby in your spirit?
Yeah. So, Yurei are very popularly attributed to Aokigahara, also known as the Suicide Forest. Let's talk about Aokigahara, because it's been in the news lately.
Let's have a little discussion.
Let's have a talk,
ladies and gentlemen, about this.
Because, yeah. Let me just go into what it is first, and then we'll talk about the controversies. So, Aokigahara is a forest at the base of Mount Fuji. It is very dense and full of, like, lava rocks.
Beautiful.
Like, porous lava rocks. It's very gorgeous. It is gorgeous.
It's a stunning place.
But basically the nature, you know, how, the way that it is, like, the way that it is. Yeah. It's dense. So all of the sound around you is deadened, making it, yeah. So all of the sound around you is deadened. There's very thick greenery. Yeah. So it definitely gives you that feeling of solitude when you walk in there.
There's not very many places like that in the world either. So
that's it's gorgeous.
It's stunning.
Basically, due to the dense nature of the forest, many hikers use tape, string, or other markers on their path so they don't get lost. Yeah. The forest is said to be haunted by the vengeful Yurei and spirits that tempt hikers to commit suicide. But the real issue is more complex and should be properly addressed. Yes. You know, there's a lot of folklore and a lot of beliefs behind Aokigahara because it's such, like, a...
It's become a commercialized kind of...
Yeah, definitely commercialized. It's become, like, a tourist spot in a way, which is really messed up, you know.
I'm cringing right now.
basically it's become known as the place that you go to commit suicide.
Yes.
Which is not good. And it leads back to a more societal issue in Japan of like the nature of how they think of suicide and how they think of like death.
Yeah.
And it's a big problem because that kind of leaked into American lore.
Yeah.
So now a lot of people are looking at that and going, "Oh my god, that's so spooky. I can capitalize off of this."
So haunted.
Yeah.
Demons.
So there have been a lot of movies made about it.
Shout
There
out
have
to
been
the
a lot
forest.
of there have been a lot of YouTube videos. Oh my
Oh,
god,
boy.
The Forest. Have you seen The Forest?
Yeah, it was horrible.
so
I
bad.
didn't even finish it.
It was so bad.
Natalie
First of all,
Dormer, disappointed in you.
yeah, so bad, so disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
I think it made it worse though that it was just like a bad movie as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of the nature of that. I think also reflects the nature of how we in America and the people in Japan treat suicide.
Yeah.
Basically, like it's like this mystical kind of big like spooky thing, and it's not just a product of like depression
Yeah.
and you know, it's
It's
not
serious.
real almost, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about kind of the realities of it past the spooky Yurei folklore.
Mhm.
So, yeah. In 2003, it was the worst year for Aokigahara and suicides. There were around 105 bodies found. They kept taking statistics from it.
So wait, 105 people killed themselves in 1 year.
105 bodies
Were
found.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay.
It could be more.
I see now.
Yeah. Basically, they kept tracking. The suicide rates were very high. Eventually, in like the in the early 2010s, they stopped taking statistics because it kept adding attention to the forest, and it kept kind of, you know, putting
Yeah.
people's focus there.
Yeah.
So they stopped reporting numbers of bodies found.
Yeah, it was getting glamorized.
Yeah.
In a
Luckily before, like right before they stopped recording statistics, the numbers were going down steadily.
Okay.
So that was a good thing. I don't want to focus too much on statistics either.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading about the right way to report suicide, you know, which there definitely is a right way and a very wrong way to report it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, obviously you don't want to glamorize it, and obviously it's so hard to talk about, but I did want to talk about it in this podcast because I'm very close to that, you know. I've struggled with suicidal ideation in the past. I still do sometimes because I do have clinical depression, and I, you know, every chance that I get, I do want to talk about it and talk about how important it is to talk about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I come from a not shaming my family, but I come from a family that doesn't very much look at mental illnesses much, and struggling with horrible suicidal thoughts in my younger years and up until, to be honest, a couple like last year and the year before, not having any sort of place to come from or knowing any information on it. It was really hard. Where am I going with this? I had an idea of where to go with this, but
No, that's fine.
like you said, I too come from a place of having those suicidal ideas. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
No,
That was
an
funny.
unexpected throat noise. No, but we can relate, and
yeah,
we've talked
Sarah
about
and I-
this with each other before.
We've had some very deep emotional conversations about our suicidal ideologies.
Yeah, and it's so nice to just have someone to
think-
level with and have an honest conversation.
Yes, I think that's where I was coming from.
Yeah.
I didn't have that with my family, but if you are in that place where you're having these thoughts, there is hotlines, obviously, as we've talked about. There are people that you can find that you can talk to if you don't feel like...
There's always someone to talk to, and for me, the best thing that I could have done was the best thing that I did was tell somebody.
Yeah.
Like, holding it, I would say, I spent a good, 2 years just bottling up all of my feelings and not being honest with anybody about, why I was doing the things that I was doing, or why I was acting.
The thought process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then finally, one day, I just said it. I just said, what I was feeling. And that was the first step I took in the process of, like, finally getting help for myself and finally understanding, like, what was going on, you know?
I didn't get to have that moment until I met basically you. And then I realized it's okay to talk about this.
Yeah.
It's not something that should, because I was homeschooled. So I had no outlets anywhere but home. And when you're around people who don't have depression and suicidal ideologies, it can be hard. But it was really nice to be like, okay, maybe this is okay. I can talk about this.
Yeah.
And it was such like to get that burden off my chest.
It's such a, like a release.
Yes.
And here's the thing.
To find someone who understands it as well.
It is a long process, and it's a hard process. Like, the road to recovery, I've heard this a lot, and it's completely true. It's not like a straight line upwards and then you're healthy. Yeah. You know, there's going to be hard moments. There's going to be, like, potholes. Easy moments. There's going to be days where you wake up and you're like, oh my God, like, my depression is cured. Like, I'm great. And then you'll wake up the next day and you're, like, back to the start. But here's it. I promise you, it gets so much better. I always say this, but if I had an opportunity to go back in time to, like, 15-year-old Sierra, you know, I was posting about, like, happy stuff, but that was, like, a really bad time for me in my life. If I had the opportunity to go back and be like, hey, like, look at me now. I promise you it gets better, Sierra. I would give anything to do that. But I like, the fact is that I can't do that. So what I want to do is I want to take every opportunity I can to tell that to other people, you know, to be that person that they need in that moment. You know?
You were for me. I mean, Sierra was fantastic.
Thank you.
I needed that.
But yeah, for you, it, like, if you were to tell something to your past self, do you have something prepared? You know what I'm saying?
Well, trying to formulate thoughts in my head because this is such like
I know it's such a complex situation to talk about.
I definitely, if I could, I think I'd bring you back.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, because I have a really severe anxiety disorder. Sorry, my shoe just squeaked. I didn't mean it for it to. I have a pretty severe anxiety disorder, and that makes me, like, as everyone is witnessing right now, it's hard for me to formulate thoughts because I think, oh, is that the right thing to say? Is that the right thing to say?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I wish I could send someone back. Because I was at a point of time where I was trying so hard. Like, at 15 and 16, I had just gone to homeschooling because of severe bullying in public school. Depression was hitting hard. I had no friends, and I'm not just saying that. I mean absolutely no friends. I know some people have, like, one bit, but I seriously had no one. I was in dance classes. That was my only form of socializing, and in situations like that, girls at 16. They have their preferred group of friends, their preferred group of people that they talk to and hang out with, and I was kind of the extra. I was like the third wheel, so to say. So I didn't really have anyone, truly no one. And even to this day, those girls, like, I barely talk to them now. And so it was literally me alone, trapped under, why am I not happy? What's wrong with me? Why do I want to hurt myself?
And from an inside perspective, you don't see what's going on with you. But, like, looking back, it's so much easier to understand what was going on.
And I wasn't in a place where I could correlate, because I was pretty sheltered when I was younger. I was very sheltered. My family is very enclosed and very protective of each other. So I did not even have any introduction to, like, what suicide was. It had never been talked about to me. And so I was like, why am I feeling like I want to die? Like, why do I want to hurt myself?
It almost feels like it's your own brain betraying you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you and your thoughts. And they're, like, separate things.
And things do get better. I have days.
Oh my God.
Everybody has days. Yeah,
everyone has days. That's another thing, is realizing that there is a balance. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. You know, nothing is permanent in your mind. It was actually such a good thing for me in my own recovery. Because embracing those bad feelings and going, okay, I'm feeling this way, now what, is so much better than bottling it in and trying to reject those feelings. You know?
See, and you're listening to someone like Sierra who has found ways to cope, and someone like me who is still finding ways.
Who's on your journey.
I'm still, like, you're pretty, like, you found a solid footing. Because you had that realization before I could have. And I'm still trying to find
But here's the thing, you're
path.
open about it, and you talk to people about
I'm
it.
So open about it. I mean, I was, trigger warning, I've self-harmed. Mm-hmm. I'll say, I admit it. I have no problem talking about it because it helps me, you know, look at it and address it. And that's my way of coping with it. And you just got to find your way. What's going to make me feel better?
Yeah.
And
like talking about it is your way of coping.
Talking about it. And I mean, I have select people I do talk about it with, but I feel like this is a good place to talk about it. It just, find your people, find your person, find whoever you can. And if talking about it helps you, or maybe writing it down. Yeah,
just figuring out what helps, you know? It's amazing. And can I just say, like, knowing you 2 years ago and knowing you today, you're like a completely different person. You've opened up, you know.
Yeah, because I had no clue. Yeah. I had no clue what anything was back then.
Yeah. Just having, depression. You know, we have like a solid group of friends and people that we can talk to, and it's great, you know.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like trying to say, like, you look at me where I came from, someone who had absolutely no one to talk to, but I had that thought, just hold on for a bit, you know.
Yeah,
you're gonna be okay one day,
because it does,
and
you know,
and it's okay now. I mean, again, like we said, we have days.
Yeah,
but I know, you know what, tomorrow is probably gonna be better than today was.
Yeah, and the phrase "it gets better" is repeated so many times,
blah, blah,
but it's really true.
It's true.
It is so true, and I think that we're both living testaments.
And it's weird to say that, but it's true.
Yeah, it's great. I'm having a great time.
We're just having a great time.
Here's another thing. Life is crazy. There's so many things out there. Yeah. So many insane things that are like just chilling and waiting for you to find them. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So basically, I just wanted to give the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Which is 1-800-273-8255. So if you ever feel like you're in a crisis or you need someone to talk to, the Suicide Prevention Hotline is there for you. And it's always, like I said, talking to someone about it, getting it out there is such a great start on your road to recovery.
Yeah.
I cannot stress enough how important that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about.
Should we say something happy?
Say something happy?
Just
I think, well, it wasn't even, the thing about our conversation that we just had was it wasn't even like sad, it was just an honest conversation about suicidal ideation and how it does get better, which I really liked.
There's a difference between having honest, good conversations like we have just done, and a difference between looking at TV shows and movies who...
there's definitely...
present kind of a glamorous Hollywood version.
Here's the thing, there's definitely right ways to talk about it and wrong ways to talk about it. They do have resources online telling the media and telling basically people out there how to talk about these things, and I think it's very important to talk about them in the right way. You know, if you want to, you shouldn't glamorize something like this or make it seem beautiful or whatever, because it is not. Like, in reality, it's not at all.
That's, like, again, we just had a very down-to-earth...
Yeah, a real conversation about
suicide and depression versus TV shows and stuff who just
certain
make it...
TV shows. Yeah.
Winky face. Certain TV shows who make it beautiful and glamorize it.
Or just make it super dramatic and oh my god.
Yeah, and drag it out.
But yeah, no, it's important. It's good that you talk about it in the right way. And like I said, if you do have a platform that you want to talk about this, there are sites to look up that talk about the right way to talk about. Talk about a lot, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. And we're just this is just us two girls who have experienced this in its full glory. Yeah. And are just, it's a weird word, and it's full, presence, and just are talking about it openly with each other.
That was the Ure.
That was
like I said,
5.
I definitely deep dove into it, and I got into other issues that I was concerned about, which is, I really appreciate that this subject kind of led me to the next and then the next, you know? I think it's important to talk about issues that we care about. Like, even on, like, a fun, silly podcast about murder.
Whoa.
And,
let's take a look at ourselves in the mirror.
but, yeah, let's...
Mine was just, again, I'm an anxiety person. If anyone takes offense to anything I've ever said in this episode, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be offensive.
We are honestly learning. We're
learning. We're young.
Yeah. Let us learn. Teach us. You know.
Yeah. And I don't need to be yelled at. I don't need to be yelled at.
You can yell at me. It's fine.
All hate will go through Sierra from this point on, and then she'll
From this point on, I think from episode 1 on.
You know what? I think
agreed
I said this
upon
exact
the hate.
damn
Yeah, we
sentence. Okay. I said dame instead of damn.
The exact same sentence.
So, you want to say anything else?
I think I'm good. Want to talk about the name of episode 6? Something that Pearl and I are very excited about.
I don't think we should say the name.
Yeah, that gives too much away.
Sorry, guys. Episode 6 is an episode.
Episode 6 is a good one.
Is Pearl's episode.
It's a real good... It's Pearl... Yeah, Pearl is going to thrive in the next episode.
You're going to
expect it to be
2-hour long
yeah,
episode
2 hours long.
from just me. And then Sierra's will be an hour.
Mine will be 10 minutes.
You're like done, and I'm just like sitting there still
combing
you're
through still my researching.
Episode 6 is an episode I've been waiting for since we
first. This is Pearl's specialty.
We mentioned a podcast jokingly. This is the episode I've been waiting for.
So let's look forward to that.
Yeah.
Let's hope that
this episode.
Let's hope this episode stays intact.
Yes. So this has been Pearl,
and this has been Sierra.
Have a good day. Great.
Bye-bye.
Bye.